After 6 years of building, it is finally time to take the 60 out of the shed and off-road. We're gonna be cooking on the fire every single day, and we're gonna navigate through a few obstacles, and of course we're gonna say good day to the police.
When are you gonna retire, mate? You're looking old.
So yeah, as I already said, this car has been built over the past 6 years from my boyfriend. He bought the cab in 2020 for a case of beer and the chassis 2 years later from his brother. And it's a 6-cylinder turbo diesel. And yeah, this whole car has been built over the weekends and afternoons, especially in the past 2.5 years. And it has been registered on the 17th of March this year, finally. So this Easter long weekend is the weekend we're finally taking it off-road for the first time and take it for the big test. So we are packing up and trying to figure out how we're gonna fit everything on the tray. There's not much space because the spare wheel is taking up all the space at the back, but we figured it out somehow. So now we are on our way to Dura National Park, and we're gonna be sleeping on private property tonight that belongs to the family of my boyfriend. But now we need to leave the tar road behind us and find some gravel. This weekend we have quite the rough setup. We only have 2 camping chairs and a swag, sleeping bags, a fridge and a toolbox with us. So nothing fancy. We also didn't bring any gas cooker or anything. We're gonna be cooking on the fire every single day.
They're good. Pretty universal.
Yeah. Lubricate your bowie plate. Yeah, that's right there.
That's what he said. If it works out, I might just put a fence up over here.
until the boys are going to park at the front.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to stop. We're looking at the bike and be happy.
After we had lunch, we deflated the tires because we also figured out that we couldn't make it out of the spot with the inflated tires, so we just did it right there, and the trek starts after the river, which is right next to us, so we started the trek from there.
Didn't see that big rock.
If you ever went to Bandethra Valley Campground, you know how steep these hills are, so it's a good test for the car. So far so good. We're gonna have a few hill climbs in front of us and declines, so this will be what we're gonna do for the next few hours.
Your babies grow up to be cowboys. Don't let them
by the way, what happens when you don't look up the track beforehand. It might be closed and you have to take another track. That's what we're gonna do.
Cause I'll never be at home, and I'll always feel alone, even if there was somebody they love. Mama raised a dream, Southside leader, Antioch code.
Later in the evening, we were trying to find a camp and we saw some people camped at the river. And we weren't sure if you were actually allowed to camp there because it said it's private property. So we thought, let's just ask them and see if there might be the owners. Turned out they weren't. So my boyfriend just had a little chat with them and I was inside the car wondering what the heck was going on. So I went outside just to figure out that they talked about the car, and not long after that the bonnet popped up and we had a big chat about the car. Well, this is gonna happen a few more times, I guess, but that's all right. They said you can camp there, but it is private property, so we decided we keep on driving. And yeah, this is a track that's not driven very often. There were a lot of trees on the road that we had to drag out of the way. And later on, we found camp at the top of the mountain. Good morning. I honestly don't know how anyone can sleep in a swag for longer than 2 nights because that thing is so bloody uncomfortable. Oh my god. I couldn't really lay on the side because it's just the mattress is so thin. But anyways, this trip is a bit rougher and that's alright. We are just trying to dry the swag at the moment, so we bring it a little bit closer to the fire. And this is what we've been sleeping on because we don't have a ground cover. Yeah, whatever you call this, I don't know, but it's like really thin. So it made it a bit more uncomfortable, but that's all right. It was still a good night. We're just gonna have breakfast and then we're gonna continue driving. We think we're gonna be on this ridge next. So it goes around there and then comes back in a loop. And we're not sure how the track is going to look like. This is not very often driven. It doesn't look like that anyways, because we had to drag a few trees out of the way yesterday. So yeah, we just see how it goes, and we might need to come back the same way. I hope not, because fuel will be a problem at some point if we go too far and then we have to drive back. But yeah, I'm sure it will be all right. But it might be a bit more tree dragging out of the way today. Here we had a big drop to the right, and to the left were some big tree stumps that we had to navigate through, because otherwise the car would just slide off the edge, and then good night. We just found this big tree over the track, but we should make it over this. We reached the highest point. 1057. This was definitely a bit of a bigger mission to get out of the way. It was really heavy, so we ended up getting the straps out of the car that we luckily took, or I should say my boyfriend took them, and so we dragged it out of the way with the car. Yeah, what would be a trip in a highly modified car without you being stopped by the police? Yes, it would mean you would have stayed home. But nah, jokes aside, he was a very nice policeman. He saw the papers and he knew the engineer. He was happy, and yeah, we went our way.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, you can't tell him that.
No, that's what he said to me. When are you going to retire, mate? You're looking old. He goes, oh, I've been talking about it.
Well, I was going to say, put it this way. We've got confidence anyway that, mate, if he's getting you through it all, and
Yeah.
he'll make you go through the ringer.
Oh, I did this thing. I did 25 brake tests. I was like, I didn't know you had to do that much.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, to get your 35s, you do.
Yeah.
But in saying that, mate, like if your truck's built well, and as I said, like obviously you've spent your time doing it.
Yeah.
You do it properly, mate. And
Yeah. Well, I've never done a full build like this. So.
And just like that, we went back to the farm for an overnighter to finish off the weekend. And yeah, after that, we were on our way back home. It is so cold. Ooh. Yeah, all in all, we are very, very happy with the car. It is so quiet when you sit inside. It feels like a brand new car. So all the sound deadening was definitely worth it. And this weekend it was performing absolutely fine. So we are ready for WA in the middle of this year. So we soon can pack up, but we also still need to build the canopy and everything. But yeah, it's still a lot of work, but the car is at least finished and we are very keen for WA and very, very pleased how the car is going. Stay tuned for the WA series. I will see you in my next video. Bye!